What is hyperbaric oxygen therapy? Let's just start simple. Your body is a biological machine that runs on oxygen. Every one of your 30 trillion cells in your body needs oxygen to make ATP, which is the fuel that powers everything, from brain function and immune support to recovery and longevity. Normally, you breathe in 21% oxygen from the air you breathe. Your red blood cells load up on oxygen in the lungs and then deliver it throughout the body. But there's a limit to how much those red blood cells can actually carry. Now imagine this, you're sick, inflamed, or just beat up from training. Or you need more oxygen in certain places, but you're not getting good circulation. This is where hyperbaric oxygen therapy could be the answer. In a hyperbaric chamber like the one behind me, the pressure is increased, usually between 1.3 and 2.0 ATAs, or atmospheres absolute, which is the unit measured inside a hyperbaric chamber to determine the amount of pressure above sea level. And while you're inside one of these chambers, you're breathing in concentrated oxygen, either through a mask or just the oxygen-rich air inside the chamber. This extra pressure pushes oxygen into your plasma, which is the fluid part of your blood. No longer limited to just the red blood cells, oxygen is now flooding your entire body. It's reaching your damaged tissue, starved cells, even parts of your brain that don't normally get much oxygen. I want this video to be a complete guide to hyperbaric oxygen therapy. And as part of that, we need to talk about what are the actual benefits to hyperbarics. Well, number one, it increases ATP production. Oxygen fuels your mitochondria to help make more cellular energy. Number two, it can trigger angiogenesis. This is where your body can grow new blood vessels to previously under-oxygenated areas of the body. So if you're someone who struggles with circulation, this could be a game changer. Number three, it reduces inflammation. High oxygen calms inflammatory markers and cytokines. Number four, it enhances brain function. This can boost neurogenesis and BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Number five, it speeds up recovery. Oxygen supports the regeneration of muscle, bone, ligaments, and your skin. Number six, it boosts immune function. Super oxygenated environments can help your white blood cells work better. And then number seven, it can help stimulate stem cells. This can help encourage release of stem cell and the migration to the parts of the body where they're needed the most. If you look at the chamber behind me, this is a portable chamber that does not have a dedicated oxygen mask. And I found that there's two different styles of hyperbaric oxygen chambers. There's masked oxygen, and then there's free-floating oxygen like this. Let's talk about the difference. Because since I started talking about my hyperbaric chamber on Instagram, people have asked me, well, don't you need the oxygen mask to even get the benefits? Well, not exactly, but let's talk about the differences. First, let's talk about masked oxygen, typically the clinical style. This is where you're gonna wear either a mask or a nasal cannula that's typically connected to an oxygen concentrator, which is pushing in 95 to 100% pure oxygen. The chamber is typically pressurized with room air, meaning the room that the chamber is actually in. And this is common in medical grade chambers, typically the hard chamber. And these are usually 1.5 to 2.4 ATA. Often used for serious issues, burns, wounds, post-surgery, infections, or traumatic brain injuries. These are best for acute healing and trauma recovery, typically short-term but high-dose treatment plans, and almost always in a supervised clinical environment. The next one is the one you see behind me. This is a free-floating oxygen chamber. I would consider this the wellness style. People like me. I'm not fighting off a brain injury or any serious trauma. I'm just trying to maximize and optimize my health. Inside this, you don't have to wear anything. The entire chamber is filled with 40 to 90% oxygen free floating in the chamber. The pressure still drives the oxygen deep into the plasma and my tissues. These are best for daily wellness, performance, longevity, and overall brain health. What I like about it is it's very easy to use and I can use it by myself right here at my house. They're great for relaxation and nervous system regulation. And they promote natural breathing patterns because you don't have a mask connected. Let's dive into why free floating is best for most people. Well, to most, it's more comfortable. And if it's more comfortable, you're more likely to use it consistently. You still get deep oxygen penetration into the plasma even without using the 100% oxygen mask. It's perfect for stacking with your daily health habits already, like red light therapy, grounding, cold plunging, and sauna. And it encourages the parasympathetic tone, which can help put your body into that rest and recovery mode. In a nutshell, if you're not recovering from a traumatic brain injury or some serious injury, free floating oxygen in a soft chamber is your go-to. After researching different hyperbaric chambers for quite some time, I landed on the Vitaeris 320. And here's why it's been the perfect fit for my wellness routine, other than the fact that it's the same one that Mark Wahlberg, LeBron James, and many other athletes are using at their homes. First, it's spacious, it's comfortable, and it's portable. Inside this, I can actually relax and stretch out. There's enough room to bring in a book or my laptop and get some work done. It's not claustrophobic like you might think by looking at it. There's actually 3 windows and there's a lot of light inside. Me and my wife have even used this together, though I don't think that's recommended. And like I mentioned, it's portable. I can move this anywhere I want. It's not heavy and it doesn't take up a ton of space like some of the other options I was considering. For me, it has the ideal pressure of 1.3 ATAs. So it's perfect for daily use. It's strong enough to boost oxygen absorption, but still safe and calming. Personally, I like that there's no mask needed. I wanted a free-floating oxygen chamber so I could just get in and breathe normally. To me, it's more relaxing and honestly, it's just a little bit easier to use consistently. It's quiet and it's super easy to use. Setup was simple, the machine runs quietly in the background, and it just fits seamlessly into my daily routine. This chamber hit the sweet spot between performance, comfort, and long-term use. It's great for recovery, great for brain health, and just helps me feel better every single day. I also love that there's not an oxygen concentrator, so that makes this way safer than most of them. All right, since you're watching my channel, there's a really good chance you already subscribed to my channel and you've seen a ton of the content that I put out, where I talk a lot about cold plunging, sauna use, red light therapy, and a bunch of other great biohacks. And if you've watched any of my other videos, there's a chance you already used some of the other biohacks. So I wanna go over how you can stack this and really how I've been stacking this to truly optimize your health and wellness. In the morning, I do red light therapy. Red light therapy also boosts mitochondrial function and ATP. I do it in the morning because it helps to set my circadian rhythm. It can enhance testosterone, mood, and focus, and it's perfect for me in the morning because that's when I stack it with my morning Bible study. And I typically do that between 10 and 20 minutes every morning. In the middle of the day is when I do my workout, my sauna use, and my cold plunging. When the sun's rising, that's when I'll go out and ground with my bare feet on the ground, get morning sunlight. I'll typically do my workout, cold plunge, and sauna all in the middle of the day. And all that's great, but to stack my hyperbarics, I want to talk about the sauna benefits, which helps induce the hormetic heat stress and activate heat shock proteins. The sweating can help my body detox heavy metals and chemicals, and then it's like some passive cardio by elevating my heart rate. I try to get at least 20 minutes of sauna exposure every day, and some days more than that. Now in the evening before bed is when I would ideally be using my hyperbarics. Now be prepared, you are going to be in this for at least 60 minutes. And from my research, you can stay in really as long as you want. We talked about a lot of the benefits at the beginning of this video, but to recap why I would use this at night before bed is really for the deep cellular repair and tissue regeneration and tissue oxygenation. It's ideal for winding down before sleep because it does help activate your parasympathetic tone. And we know how sleep is so important to brain health, but pairing it with hyperbarics right before sleep, it can help really support brain regeneration, hormone balance, and overall inflammation control. Now that's how to stack it with certain modalities. Let's talk about stacking it with supplements to really optimize your hyperbaric session. I've researched that doing a hyperbaric session post-workout can be super beneficial. If you do a hyperbaric session between 1 and 2 hours after a hard workout, it can enhance the nutrient delivery and waste removal and also help calm inflammation without blunting the growth of your muscle. And if you're someone who takes supplements, you can take NAC or glutathione pre-hyperbarics for oxidative stress support. You can take some vitamin C for antioxidant cycling, cordyceps or rhodiola to help boost oxygen utilization, and some beetroot or L-arginine for vasodilation, which is going to help even more with oxygen delivery. After a hyperbaric session is a great time to take some collagen or protein to help with the tissue building. You could take some magnesium for nervous system balance or some omega-3s for some anti-inflammatory recovery. And here's a bonus, hyperbaric oxygen therapy isn't just for your body. It's an incredible tool for a mental and emotional reset. Use it after a stressful day to help lower your cortisol. Stack it with breath work, prayer, meditation inside the chamber. Pair it with some calming music, or just get inside it and journal or read. It's also a great nap pod. Here's some final thoughts. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy isn't just for elite athletes or brain trauma victims. And it's definitely not for just hospitals anymore. It's actually became one of the most powerful tools for daily use for parents like me, especially parents who are looking to stay sharp and energized, for entrepreneurs who are managing high stress, for fitness lovers and athletes who are looking for a faster recovery, and really anyone who wants to age well and live better. The key is to understanding how it works, and that's what started my journey. I saw a few people talking about hyperbarics and I'm like, I want to learn just a little bit more. And once you dive down that rabbit hole, it's kind of hard to come back. For me, it was key learning how it works, why it works, and really when to use it. And guess what? If you've watched this video to this point, you've just unlocked at least a few of those things. Use this video as your go-to guide and share it with friends who are interested in learning about hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Remember, you're not just sharing tech, you're giving people the blueprint to heal, recover, and thrive on a deeper biological level. And look, if you want to get a hyperbaric oxygen chamber for your house like I did, check out the link in the video description below. And just a warning, this isn't like buying a cold plunge or a sauna. You will have to do a little bit of work. So click that link, fill out the form, and have an educated conversation with OxyHealth. Extreme pressure and oxygen is not something that you should just play games with. You definitely want to do this right. So please, do yourself a favor, have an educated conversation with the team at OxyHealth and let them guide you down the right path. When I reached out to them, I wanted medical grade, I wanted oxygen in my nose, I wanted all of the things that I saw Gary Brecka and all these other crazy people talking about. But after some good conversation, they helped me land on this option, and I'm super glad they did. And hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video gave you some insight, a little bit of information, and maybe a little more knowledge on hyperbaric oxygen therapy. If you have any questions or comments, post them down in the comments below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends. And like always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day, my friends, and God bless. And hey, speaking of next video, I'm gonna have them pop up right here. Just go ahead and click on one of those videos. I'm sure you'll love one of them. Really, don't even do it for yourself, do it for me, because when you click this, it tells YouTube that my videos don't suck and that they should show these videos to other people. It helps the algorithm and it's free. Thanks, my friends.